Hey everyone. So here I am in Spain. Last week I was a bit sick, so I didn't do a live stream, but we do have loads of videos in the guides. So if you guys missed out last week, don't worry. There's a bunch of videos for you guys in the guides in the Facebook group. So today we are talking about show jumping in particular because I've heard many times, we have our horse riding lessons app, for example. We have guided audio riding lessons. We have my virtual coaching that I do, my VIP Inner Circle, my Riding Masters Academy clients. So there's a whole lot of technology which is being leveraged, but a lot of the show jumpers are kind of wondering, like, does that work? Like, how can I, as a show jumper, leverage technology to my advantage and still stay safe? Okay, because at the end of the day, safety is the first and foremost. So that's what I'm going to talk about today is how can we leverage technology as a show jumper in order to actually improve your riding and still stay safe. Okay. I see some of you guys are joining me live, so I want you to comment where in the world you are, and also what's the temperature right now. Okay, what's the temperature right now and where you are? So today it was like super sunny. It's February 20th. It's super sunny outside. I think it was like 67 degrees outside. Almost, I think it was 17, 18 Celsius. So yeah, crazy here. Super sunny and super nice. So comment, what's the temperature like where in the world you are from? Okay. So today, again, I'm talking about this whole show jumping thing, and I want to kind of go point by point because we have a couple of things that we are leveraging inside of my coaching that I'm doing, and so I want to kind of share those key points with you. So the first one that I want to talk about is the horse riding lessons app. Some of you guys have already have this app. Actually, comment right now if you guys are using the app. Let me know. So if you go to Apple Store, Play Store, if you don't have it, just download the horse riding lessons app. You can try it out for free. So in that app, there's actually a whole section on pole work exercises. And actually, what I want to do is share with you guys what some of those exercises are so that you kind of get a feel for, if you're not in that, what can be done using the app. Okay, so I'm in the app now, and let me just actually share my screen with you guys. Oh, how do I do that? Kentucky, 54 degrees. Wow. Okay, sorry. I was just trying to see if I can share my screen. Yes, present. Okay, let me just see. Too many things happening. So obviously I'm in the app. This is obviously different than what you guys are seeing in the sense of you're not having all of this stuff. This is me just because I wanted to show you guys. So this is obviously your phone. This is what you would be seeing when you download the horse riding lessons app. So I just wanted to show you some of the stuff which is in here. Now I call it pole work exercises, but I want to kind of go through here. Okay, so level 3 navy blue, that means they're definitely going to challenge you. Okay, I'm definitely going to challenge you. If you've never done poles before, like, this is where you start. If you're an expert and you've been jumping for a while, then I would say, the level 4 Arctic blue is going to be a bit trickier. It's going to be more challenging. Okay, so let's start here. So some of the stuff which you'll find, trot poles on a fan, canter poles. There's a couple of different variations of that. Obviously, course walk, symbol lead changes, flying lead changes, and then a really cool pole game that you do. It's kind of like a course, but it's a lot of fun. So those are some examples of some exercises. What I want to point out is in the app, because again, the question is, as a show jumper, what, like, do I need this stuff? Can I improve? Here's the thing. Actually, let me stop sharing my screen for this part. I want to look you guys in the eyes here. Here's the thing. So many show jumpers make this super bad mistake. The number one mistake show jumpers make. Here's what it is. They don't do enough poles. Okay? So much. I see this like so many times. Show jumpers, what do they want to do? They want to jump. I want to jump, I want to jump, I want to jump. And then they neglect the poles. And guess what? I've worked around the world in 20 countries, more actually. I've traveled over 60, and I've ridden show jumping courses in Iraq. I've ridden show jumping courses. I did my FEI level 1 in Zambia, my level 2 in Greece. I've ridden show jumping horses in Belgium, Italy, Romania, here in Spain, obviously. So I've ridden horses quite a few places, been to a lot of different top Grand Prix show jumping stables. Here's the secret. Okay, these Grand Prix riders and Grand Prix horses, they're not jumping all the time. They're not. Okay, they might start jumping a week before the competition. Okay, a week before the competition. Honestly, like that's how important poles are. Okay, so we would do dressage. Let's say they had, I don't know, Monday off. So dressage on Tuesday, and then poles, 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 poles. Yeah, poles mixed in with dressage. That's what we were doing. Okay, that's what we were doing all the time. So when I'm showing you guys this app and you're like, oh, can I as a show jumper leverage this technology? Yes, because I promise you, these exercises that I'm giving you, although some of them you're listening and you're like, oh, trot poles, I've done that before. There's a whole lot of different variations that you can do to spice up your pole exercises, which I can almost guarantee a lot of you guys aren't doing. Okay, so don't neglect your pole exercises. Okay, if you are stuck and you're jumping, me as an FEI level 2 show jumping coach, you know how I fix you? I don't fix you by making you jump bigger jumps. I fix you by bringing you back to the basics. How's your pole work? Okay, can I challenge you with poles, and are you going to be able to pass my test? Okay, if you're really curious, then go and do these pole exercises. So let me share my screen again. Share screen. I see we have quite a few more joining me live. So comment where in the world you are and what's the temperature. Okay, today it was like 67 degrees here in Spain. So crazy. So comment where in the world and what's the temperature while I share my screen. Oh, how do I share it now? No, I did the wrong thing. Now I don't know how to share my screen anymore, you guys. Okay, no, now I don't know how to share. Friends don't have a thermometer. Okay, I'll just go ahead and read for you the rest. So that was the navy blue exercises. The Arctic blue, that's level 4. So in our curriculum, we have 5 levels. Okay, 5. The people who are pursuing level 5 are the people who want to get to Grand Prix. Okay, level 4, you still need to be a very technical rider. Okay, you need to be very technical. So these exercises in that horse riding lessons app, they're a little bit more technical. Okay, so there's another canter pole exercise, but this time it's a bit more technical. Okay, the jumping game, also more technical. Bending lines. Okay, the bending lines guided audio riding lesson inside of the horse riding lesson app, do it as poles. If you've done that audio lesson a couple of times, do it as jumps. Make it little cross rails. Make it cavalettis. Maybe you're a dressage rider or something. Make it a vertical. Make it an oxer. Like, you can do all of these pole exercises as jumps. Okay, don't start trying to jump stuff you've never jumped before. Okay, if you're only jumping 2 foot, don't make it 5 foot and then wonder why it's not working. Okay, but if you're doing the bending lines, if it fails miserably as a pole on the ground, you're not ready for jumps. Okay, that's how I test you. If you do the bending lines and it works perfectly, you get the exact number of strides every time, you're doing perfect flying lead changes over the poles, guess what? Do it as cross rails next time, or do it as little verticals. Do it at whatever height you're, usually competing at. Okay, and then let's see, can you get it as good as you had it with the poles? Okay, that's your challenge. That's your challenge. So if you don't have the horse riding lessons app, like, I'm challenging you, go and get that and try it out. Okay, and let's see. Whole bunch. Olathe, 19 degrees. Woohoo. Portland, Oregon, 50 degrees. Getting ready for 20 tomorrow. Ooh, that's a big weather drop. Northeast Ohio, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. New Jersey, 54 degrees, partly cloudy. This is so cool, you guys, seeing like all the different, how worldwide we are. So cool. Love it. Thank you guys for sharing. Okay, so that's one piece of the technology, which if you're a show jumper, you should be leveraging. Okay. The other thing I'm going to say, which show jumpers always hate, they're like, no, I don't want to. Don't neglect the dressage either. Yeah. And that guided audio, like in the horse riding lessons app, do some of the dressage stuff, you guys. Show jumping is literally dressage with obstacles. Okay. So if you're like, oh yeah, I've done all these polls, I've done it. They've challenged me, but I've overcome those challenges. Now what? I'm going to give you some dressage stuff, because how do we improve your turns? How do we improve whether or not the horse is sitting? How adjustable they are. Okay. They need to be adjustable between the jumps. Okay. They need to be adjustable. You see my screen. My screen's all funky. Okay. They need to be adjustable. Yeah. We do that with poles, but we also do that with dressage. Okay. So when I was working at these big competition yards, that's what we did. We did dressage and poles. And then a week before the show, we started jumping them. And that was Grand Prix horses, by the way. Okay, so that's the app. The next thing that I want to talk about is, again, how do I improve my show jumping, leveraging technology in a way that's kind of never been done before? Because that's what we're doing at the International Equestrian. It's kind of never been done before, and we're doing it, and it's working, and it's just like really cool. So I want to share that with you. Coaching, virtual coaching. Let me explain a little bit, because again, some of you guys are like, wait a second, how does that work? Because I'm jumping and things happen fast when I'm jumping. Like how is this gonna work? So let me sort of share with you what I do with my clients. There's kind of two routes that they take. Riding Masters Academy is the entry. I need to see that you're serious, that you have goals, that you're good enough. But also I need to make sure that fundamentally you're solid. Okay, so that's kind of where I start everyone, is my Riding Masters Academy. This is super intense one-on-one coaching program. Like everything is laid out for you for 12 weeks. You don't have to think about anything. You really just like open your phone. You know exactly what exercises you're doing that day. But you're also regularly sending me videos, jumping on live calls with me. Super intensive. Okay. This is where I start everyone. And the reason is your fundamentals must be solid. If you're jumping right now and you're saying, ooh, I'm kind of stuck. Okay. A lot of riders, they get stuck at that 1 meter, 1.20 meter mark. Okay. The reason is 130 and up, it starts getting very technical. And what you did to get to the 1 meter or to the 120 is not the same route, is not the same systems that you have to use to go from 130 to 140 to 150. Okay, you can't copy and paste your way up to 1.60 meters. That doesn't work. Okay, you need a proven training plan, a proven system. So what I do with my clients, again, everyone starts at the Riding Masters Academy because I need to make sure fundamentally there's no gaps, there's no holes, you're not missing any puzzle pieces. I can't tell you how many jumpers they get stuck at that 120 mark or 1 meter mark. And it's basics. Okay, they're stuck because there's some fundamental holes in their basics. Now, for some of you guys, that's like, oh, hard to accept. Okay, but there it is. Okay, there's some fundamental pieces missing in your basics, in the foundation. Okay, it's different for everyone. That's why, again, the one-on-one coaching is so important. I need to see videos of you riding. I need to know exactly what's happening. It's not cut and paste. Every horse and every rider is different. But for example, Ellie, for example, she was having, her leg was swinging, okay, like a pendulum, she said. So she said that she was struggling with that for years and years and years, and she couldn't figure out how to correct it. And she had many top coaches who were already competing at the 160 classes, and they couldn't help her overcome this challenge because, well, they were riders. They weren't really coaches, to be fair. But they couldn't really get her to undo that muscle memory, okay, which she had developed over the years, 10,000 hours of her leg swinging. So that's, again, what I specialize in. I leverage technology by you sending me the videos, by us jumping on, doing these one-on-one calls and all these things that I do, my workbook exercises, the exercises that I map out for you in your training plans. And I'm going to take you back to the basics, and I'm going to make you fundamentally like 1,000% solid. Okay, because you're not going to move up in level until you've done that. And if you're that person that you're like, oh, I just want to jump and you want to skip the ABCs, like no one can help you. Okay, not just me. Like you can pay whoever you want, best rider in the world, they can't help you. Okay, because you have to do your ABCs. It's that important, you guys. Okay, I want you to comment if you're live right now, like it's that important. Okay, comment. It's that important. Do not skip this. Do not skip your ABCs. Some of you guys are trying to write novels and you don't have your ABCs. Okay, and then you're wondering why it's not working. And you're making all these spelling and grammar errors. Okay, that's why. So that's the phase 1, let's say. And again, I achieved that in my writing masters. So the next step, okay, again, as a show jumper, is how do we continue? Because horse riding, whether we like it or not, it's not fixed overnight. It's not. I can fix a lot of things in one lesson. We do it all the time. I can fix a whole lot of things, like ground shaking things. But fundamentally, show jumping from, if you're jumping at 1 meter to take you to 1.60 meters, can you guys just say, like, can we all agree that that doesn't happen in one lesson? Okay, can we all just agree equally that in one lesson, even if I'm the greatest coach in the world, which I believe I am, I cannot get you from 1 meter to 1.60 meters. Okay, can't. No one can. So it takes time. It's a process. You start to fix one thing, something else breaks, right? You start to improve here, something else comes up. Okay, your horse starts to improve here, something else happens. Okay, it's a learning, it's a constantly adapting, adjusting, which is why I then shift all of my graduates from the Riding Masters Academy. Once you have your foundation, your fundamentals, I know those are solid. Okay, then I shift you to my VIP inner circle. Obviously, this is invite only. This is not for everyone. But for those who are actually committed and do want to come to Spain, for example, and compete at the Mediterranean Equestrian Tour with me at Zavira, however it is you guys want to do it. But these are for the, excuse me, these are for the more serious riders. Oh, gosh. I'm going to sneeze, but it's not coming. My VIP inner circle is then let's start breaking it down, getting super technical. Because that's, again, the next phase. The next phase is technical. We have to get technical, okay? Technical courses, technical combinations, technical jumps, technical training with your horse. Yeah, remember, what you did to get to the 1 meter, 120 is not the same path you have to take to get to the 140, okay? Whatever your goals are. I see some of you guys are commenting, don't skip the ABCs. Yeah. Okay, so whatever path you took, you now have to take a different path. And that's, again, where this kind of virtual coaching comes in. You send me videos. I give you your exact training plans. It's all mapped out for you. You have a workbook where it shows you exactly what are the aids that you use for that exercise. You know, what exercises are you going to be doing 3 times a week for the next 12 weeks? Like, do any of you guys know right now on the call, like, hey, this is what I'm doing 12 weeks from now? Comment. I mean, if you guys are in my VIP, you guys know. My VIPs know what they're doing 12 weeks from now. But how many of you are running around and you don't know what you're doing 12 weeks from now? Okay, you don't have a path. You don't have a plan. You don't have a map to get there. Okay, you're just kind of winging it. You're like, oh, this is where I am now. This is where I want to go. But if you have never been to that level you're trying to achieve, why are you trying to come up with your own training plan? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so again, that's what I do. I'm your coach. I'm designing and mapping out that path for you. Okay, I'm telling you what mountains you're going to climb. I'm telling you what obstacles you're going to face. Okay, what dragons and demons and villains, because they're going to come. It's going to be whole new dragons. Okay, when you get to that 130, they're new dragons. They're not the same dragons you had at 120 and 1 meter. They're new dragons, different colors, everything, okay? Different skills. So you need a different skill set to be able to face those new challenges, okay? Climb those new mountains. And that's, again, what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you the map. I'm giving you the training plan. I'm giving you my insight, my coaching, my guidance. You send me videos. I can zoom in, slow it down, get super technical. Oh, yeah, I did want to show you guys a video, but I don't know if it'll work. I have my workbook. Yay! Yeah, that workbook is so important. Have that plan. Have that plan. Let me see if I can share this little video because I would love for you guys to kind of get a taste. Yes, this might actually work. Here we go. Yes. This is, a long video. I'm not going to go into it, and I'll mute that. But I just want you guys to see this was a professional rider competing Grand Prix. This is kind of what I do with my clients, in the app. I'm able to get super technical, slow it down, zoom in, break it down bit by bit by bit, as you can see, super slow motion here. And then we kind of go back, say, okay, where did it go wrong? Why did it go wrong? How did it go wrong? How can we improve that, fix that for next time? Right? This is some of the stuff that I can do in the app. I can get super, super technical. Okay. I think that this is really, really important. So yeah, when you guys are like, oh, I don't know, does this work for show jumping? Yes, it does. I actually, I went to an equestrian college. It doesn't exist anymore. But we had to regularly make videos of ourselves, and then we would all sit in a class, and literally, I think once a quarter, we'd all just sit and watch our videos. Like that's all we did was just watch videos, have discussions. We would have like a before and after, like what we did at the beginning of that quarter, where we are now, and we would just kind of discuss it. And it's so different being able to see yourself on a regular basis ride and to have that coaching insight, to have the insight of me being able to share with you every little detail that I can see, because a lot of it's invisible to the naked eye. Some of you guys are like, oh yeah, I can see that I'm doing this, this, and that. That's the obvious stuff. Okay, we fix that in the Riding Masters Academy. That's the foundation. I'm talking about that really technical stuff. Okay, naked to the invisible eye. Only those high-level coaches like me, only we can see it. And we point it out. And then all of a sudden you can't unsee it once you've seen it, right? You're like, oh my God, how did no one tell me this before? It happens all the time. Happens all the time. So yes, I wanted to share with you guys that little video. This is some of the stuff that I'm doing with my VIPs. And if you guys are live with me now, if you have any questions as well, like how does it work, the virtual thing, whatever it is, like just comment a little horse emoji. Okay, comment a little horse emoji. I'm happy for me or my team to reach out with you. What we like to do is, although I'm a virtual coach, like I believe in human interaction. Again, your horse is unique. You're unique. Everyone is different. Every person's story is uniquely yours. Your experiences, your background, your history, everything is different. Our body shapes, our body sizes, all different. Okay, you can't just copy and paste with an online course when it comes to show jumping. It's too technical. It's too detailed. Too much stuff is happening all at the same time. You need help. You need help. You need a mentor. You need guidance. So comment a horse emoji, and what we'll do is me or someone in my team is going to reach out to you, and let's book what we call a discovery call. Okay, a little 15-minute call. It's not a sales call. It's really just a discovery call to figure out you, your horse, your story, your situation. Find out if you're even a good fit for what it is that we do. And then, of course, if you have any questions about the app or, whatever it is, our coaching programs and all that stuff, then yeah, we're happy to talk. So comment a little horse emoji and we will reach out to you and get in touch and jump on this discovery call with you. And thank you so much for joining me today. I see we have so many people from so many different places: Ohio, Oregon, Olaf, France, Kentucky. I'm here in Spain. So this really is international. And it's so cool that even if you're limited by your area, you're actually not limited because the virtual thing. The virtual thing has brought so many people from around the world, New Jersey, Ohio, like so many places. It's brought us all together. And I think that that's so cool and so powerful. And that's something that when I was young and I was learning the whole show jumping thing, I wish I could have had access to that. I had to actually physically book the flight to Belgium. I had to physically get on a plane and go to Germany or the Netherlands. Like, that was expensive. It was time consuming, but also I would book the flight. I'm not going to lie. Not everyone that I flew halfway around the world to visit is somebody that I wanted to model and emulate, but you don't actually know that until you're there. So this is just such a cool way to be able to virtually get that show jumping coaching that you need no matter where in the world you are. and like get super technical and be able to advance and skyrocket in ways that we just wouldn't have been able to before. So thank you guys so much. I already see some horsey emojis popping up. So comment that horse emoji, and what me or someone on my team will reach out to you, and let's book a discovery call and chat. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you guys next week's live stream. Bye, everyone. Bye bye.